guys? Here with Crew 42, coming back to you after a little bit of a break here for episode 11, bringing you a new course here from Battle Creek, Michigan called the Springbrook course, also known as the Mammoth. Gorgeous course located on a ball golf course out in Battle Creek, right across the street from Begg Park. And I'm joined today by Kevin Baldwin with the commentary. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, Zach?
Doing well. See, we have yourself and Randall Bridges on the card today. And your rating's a 975-ish, somewhere in that range.
Slowly on the rise.
That's right. We got Lisa and Richie here as well. Looking to feature our second woman on our channel today, so real excited to see her play. And then, of course, we have the two goofballs, myself and Donut, playing. Looking to kind of get him maybe a number here pretty soon here and seeing what his rating would be, how close he is to me. Have hole one here is a par 3, 303 feet, straight up the hill. Pretty standard hyzer line. You just kind of throw something really far and out wide and let it hyzer back towards this protected basket here.
This is a good distance hole right off for hole one uphill. Big hyzer shot. I'm going to throw a panic here. Something I guarantee is going to get heading toward the basket.
And we actually shot this round right after we did our Begg Park round, so Donut and I were doing that first this morning, and so I'm a little warmed up, ready to go, maybe to get a little revenge on you. But it doesn't look like I'm going to get much if you're throwing shots like that all day.
Yeah, I've been working on that backhand pretty much all the time now, Zach, so
that's looking nice.
Watch out now.
And I knew I pulled that one a little bit out to the right, but it's out in the open. I mean, I feel like it's pretty hard to put yourself in trouble unless you really try to hug that line.
Yeah, you just get out there in the open. It's an easy three.
And the course is not cement pads. It's just natural grass pads right now. I know Randall's been working on the course a lot, and he's looking to add something here as we see him take his first shot. He's talking about maybe putting some other options out there, maybe not cement. We also talked about maybe changing the course as we see it here. He could really extend this and make it a really high-level championship course. So there's a lot of potential in this course. It's a great course as it is right now, but it's going to be amazing to see what it turns into as it moves into the future now.
Yeah, I'd like to see a couple different layouts. Maybe one basket each hole, maybe a couple tee pads each hole.
So everyone with a driver out there, and we're safe. Here's Randall. Just trying to get around these protective trees up the gap. Nice shot from him. Should be an easy three for him.
Here's Lisa in the easy up shot.
She put herself just a touch on the outside there. And here's Richie. He hugged the closest to the inside. Even hit a little tree. Kind of left him a touch shorter than what he wanted.
Got lucky though. Stayed right there on the outside.
And he hits high in that branches. He's trying to, I think, hit a gap up there and got caught. Here's Donut taking a wide stance going around the tree here with his putter. And I know right now he is looking to upgrade that putter for sure. It is a starter set in of a 150 putter. And here I am from probably like 60 feet. Sure. I guess that's a good way to start the round. Nice little accidental putt that goes in. Thank you, wind.
That was a great accident, Zach.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So there's Richie just laying up, kind of in a difficult spot. Lisa taking a little jump putt at this, just a little high. And here's you. This is a fantastic drive. And just off the top of the band. So I'm going to get a stroke on you right off the start, so... There's my putter still sitting in the cage. I was a little rude. I didn't pull that. My bad.
That's why I missed that.
Right? Yeah, that's obviously why you missed.
Distraction.
Yes, you can see this huge lumberjack, bearded person in the back of the cage, and that's what's the problem.
Zach big putted me and then left it in the basket.
I'm a terrible person. So there's our hole one scores. I'm the only one with the deuce. Pretty lucky deuce. As we head into hole 2 here, par 3, 488 feet. You got to get through this kind of narrow gap and then out into this open fairway area. There's water on the right side, but as long as you get through the gap with a disc that's stable enough, it should come out here to the left side where the basket's at. You've got one tree kind of overhanging it, so really being aggressive and high towards the basket can get blocked early, and it also can lead some trouble if you don't get far enough to attack the basket from the right side. think we're looking for a pretty similar setup here. We're trying to just get a disc out to the right side and hyzer, trying to avoid these first kind of trees that could block us. And I got it out there. Maybe let it out a little too straight. You probably want to throw that a little more narrow, let it hyzer out a little earlier, but I'm sitting pretty again.
I missed my gap.
And you missed it well, though. This is looking nice. Hugging that inside, let it flex a little bit. It's a good miss to have, though, right?
That was a great miss.
Randall hangs his out a little high, hits that tree, kicks out left. He's not very happy with that shot. Here we got Donut. And this is looking, and he's gotten so much better. When he threw this, he was really worried that he thought I was going to throw it in the water, but it's a destroyer. It's going to come back. It's going to get strong and be a destroyer. Lots of space out there. Here's Richie, and ooh, hits an early branch in front of that tree. You can see it wiggling. And Lisa kisses one of those other early trees as well. I feel like this hole can definitely lead to some big scores if you can't get out that gap. But I feel like the gap is still fair.
Yeah, even if you hit that gap and come up short, and you're in the rough there, it's really tough to get out and get a scores.
Yep, we see Lisa hitting high, and she's in the rough on the left side. Here's Randall trying to pitch out, just trying to go up the fairway here, and you can see his disc land there. He's in the fairway, so he'll have a throw from there. Richie hanging this one out wide. Needs to hyzer a little bit. And he is putting himself probably just outside a circle there, maybe 40 feet max.
Yeah, it looked like it set himself up for a putt.
Yeah, real good shot for his first. Here's Randall after that pitch out, and he's going really high, really wide. And this is looking pretty good. And that is in the circle. Nice shot from Randall there. Good recovery. And
outshot by Lisa.
Yeah, and that's the best you can really do in that situation. It's very, very wooded. Just got to kind of take your medicine and move on. This is looking nice. Gets caught up in that low-hanging branch there, but it had some action on it towards the basket.
You can see how low that branch is at this angle here.
Yeah, it's almost like basket height. And Donut with a very nice layup there, it looks like. He should be taking a 3. He's gotten so much better. It's going to be embarrassing that at the end of this year he's just going to be destroying me, and I'm going to be sad about it, but happy about it. So, didn't make 2 big putts in a row there. That must make you feel better.
I'm going to get this one on you. Oh, no, I'm not. Put it way too high in there.
Still good.
Donut needs to take some secret rounds out the course when you're not around, so you catch up to your
just suddenly play
skill.
Me, and he's so much better than I.
Yeah. Just wake up one day and the tables have turned.
They're already turning. I can already see it. Richie leaves his just a touch out to the right. You can kind of see the leaves moving a little bit in the background. There really wasn't a whole lot of wind to talk of. Randall with a nice putt there. It was enough maybe to affect the putts a little bit. You can see it pick up there. But realistically, the wind, it was just a gorgeous day out there today. It was a little cloudy, a little windy to start with. But overall, it was just a fantastic day. Lisa, Richie cleaning up their putts there. So Lisa with the 6, Richie with a 4, Randall with a 4, and the rest of us with pars. Off to a pretty good start here. I'm playing this course blind as we head into hole 3. Also a par 3, 379 feet. You start at top where this like natural ball golf green is at, or the tee box is, and then you come down like a level and you follow this fairway. So it's just not mowed as a fairway here, but it's a fairway. And then you're coming out to this basket here on the left side. You see it tucked behind that tree there. There's enough space on the right side you can take a hyzer at it, but there's enough low-hanging trees, especially you can see that one behind it, that if you get in the wrong spot, you can leave yourself with a tricky putt, or maybe you'll have to like lose a shot.
Yeah, you get to the left side of that green, you could be down there quickly.
And I threw it right through that bush, threw a little too tight, hit an early tree. I'm going to be short, but hopefully we'll be able to get up and down. you're going wide right here. This is looking nice.
A little bit too wide there. If I
Should
get it tighter, you can get a nice little skip off of the ball golf tee box area.
And this is a new disc that Donut's trying here. I think it's an Undertaker. So he's trying to work with that. Maybe left it a little too high there. I think that's the right disc for him. It just maybe left out. And Randall's turned this one over towards the water. And I'm not sure what disc that is, but it got strong at the end, and he will not be in the drink. So lucky for him. Got Richie, and this is also turned over. That wind is, so there's that wind kind of coming into effect. A little bit of a headwind, pushing our discs maybe not to hyzer quite as much.
Richie landed right around the same area I did.
Just a little farther out. Here's Lisa. And her disc is unaffected by the wind. It's a straight hyzer the whole way. Donut got kind of stuck behind a weird situation, so he's taking a forehand look. And that's a real beefy disc. Just turns over on him. But he should, be around circle's edge there. Lisa with a skip. She's up towards that tree.
Should have a putt.
And I'm just trying to get it up towards the basket. Just a little layup for me. Still working on that. Little jump up layups. And he needed to get over the crest of that hill to get it towards the basket. And so he's going to be sitting very short from there.
He might have needed to jump on that one. Oh, it looked like it was going to go.
Yeah, that had some good action going there. And he just hits that one skinny branch, stopping him early.
This is a tough putt. You miss it. It's very high chance of it to roll down that green.
Yeah, there's a bit of a slope on the other side there. And right out of his hand, Randall could tell that's not what he wanted to do. Just fluffed it a little bit. Donut trying to take a low angle here. Trying to get underneath those branches and just floats that out to the right. Like I said, he wants to change that putter pretty soon here. It's a starter putter, so it's just very light for him. And he's looking for something new. And there's a nice putt. Good save from her.
Yeah, it looks like he's get a little bit more snap on that putter. So.
Yep. He's gotten... Yeah, he's...
A heavier putter will probably work for him.
Yep. He's been... talking to some local players and finding a couple putters he wants to try now. So, nice putt from you. Good 3 save. As Randall comes up and goes to clean up his putt. He hit on the am side, but it still goes in. Am side and in still counts. And Donut also going low. So I clean up my putt. So looking at the scores here, Donut with kind of like an unlucky 5. He was kind of in a bad spot. Had to get a bad angle for his next shot, but saves the 5 at least. So heading into hole 4 now, par 3, 289 feet. There's 2 routes you can take for this particular hole. You can take this left route, which we started with, and we're split screening here so you can show you the left and right route. The left route is more of a forehand approach. You got to have a lot of power, get around that group of trees towards the basket, while the right-handed route or backhand route for a righty has to go up and over that pond and then attack it. That's in this like little guarded area, a little like meadow almost, you want to describe it. So pretty difficult hole to attack here.
Beautiful designed hole.
I love this hole a lot. And so when I threw this, Randall was like, yep, that's going to look good. That's going to be fine. I'm unluckily hit that early tree on the left side, so I'm going to be stuck in some area. He thought it would be great. And then you throw this shot, and this is looking phenomenal.
And I thought that was a good shot, too.
And the best part was right after you threw, he turned around and was like, yeah, I think you won't be in the water. I'm like, there's water down there? It's like, you should have told me that beforehand.
Richie looked like he's heading toward the water.
Yep, he's coming in danger to the water there. We're going to see where he landed there.
You don't want to go in that water either.
No, it's difficult to get to the water, and it's not, like all water. Disc golfers understand it's sitting water. It's not water you want to go swimming in. And this is looking good. Maybe tracking towards that water. He should have hyzered out. He should be in a safe spot, maybe on that pathway. And this is the shot Donut's been working on a lot recently.
Ooh.
And he's getting so much more power out of his forehand. He's turning that destroyer right over. Pretty recently, we actually, Donut and I were at a doubles tournament. We took second. Don't ask us how. We're not sure.
Well, congratulations, Zach.
Oh, thank you. And we got some new plastic for him, so he's been throwing some new discs, and he's real excited to get on the card again so he can show everyone some new shots that he's got, because he's gotten a lot better. Lisa there threw it, maybe in danger of the water there. We're going to see where she landed. Donut had a fairly difficult chip out, so he's in the fairway. You had a nice approach shot. There you are, sitting next to the basket. And there's Richie, so he attacked the water, was just barely safe, but he pitches out and over, so nice shot from him. And then Randall got stuck, and I think in trying to get enough power to get up the hill, just threw it into the ground. I think Donut was just taking his medicine there and just like cleaning up, making. Oh!
Great run, man.
After having such a difficult putt from beforehand, nearly finishes off a nice shot there. A little upset, but I mean that was a great putt from him. That was solid. And that's just a
spit out.
Ugly spit out. Pro side, looked all night. He was even looking down, and then he hears it and hears a thud and wondering where that is at. That's just so unlucky.
Just knew it was in the basket.
And here I'm just pitching out. I got stuck right in the middle of that thing, couldn't see. And we didn't catch Lisa's, but she was inside the layer of water towards the basket. She was dry, so she had to just take a quick pitch out. And that's where she landed, so she's looking to clean up. And she also goes pro side and stays out.
Just like her man.
Yeah, they're just doing it together. So after the cleanups there, looks like Randall, Richie, and Donut take the 4s, you and I with the 3s, and Lisa with the 5. As we head into a hole 5, another par 3, double Mando. So you come over the river into this area. There's these 2 trees. You can see the M on the left one. You have to be to the right of that tree, and the other tree on the right side. Squeeze in between those 2 areas and into this area. Pretty standard line, but seems harder to hit. Drop zone for this is probably like 150 feet away from the pin.
Yeah, fun hole here. See the tree here on the right. People hit that a lot, go into the water. And then again, got the double Mando.
And I just cranked a destroyer over and never came back.
Yeah, you'll be taking the Mando.
Oh yeah, I will be taking drop for sure.
I didn't crank anything over there, and it.
But hit the tree, so you're safe. You can still go. Yeah. Hey, little luck never hurt anyone.
That's right.
And this is looking nice. Little flex back, sure.
All right.
Richie with a great rip there. And Donut was trying to turn that one over. I think that slipped right out of his hands. He was not happy with that. And Lisa throwing some power out there. She's joining me. She'll be past the Mando as well, so she's going to the drop zone with me and Donut. And there's Randall showing that tree you were talking about.
Thank you, Randall, for showing us that.
So here's about where the drop zone is at. Like I said, 100 to 150 feet.
In case you were wondering, Randall was on the other side of the pond. He made it over the pond.
Yes, he was barely safe. We'll see where he's at in a hot second. So I left mine way too short. Lisa gave her a little more power, but couldn't get the disc to come back. So there he landed. There's Randall. Took a second to find his disc, but we found it.
That was a popular place for the tree hit, ricochet, landing spot right there.
If it's dry, it's dry there, yeah. Donut taking his drop now. And that's a nice shot. It just didn't. His disc didn't hyzer out. You can see him a little disappointed that it just, wasn't doing what it's supposed to do. So here's Randall going big and around. It through the Mando. He's done a nice job with that. And here's you. Got to lean a little bit.
Throwing the stabilizer up there.
And it works. You're up by the basket. Nice shot from you. And here's Richie for his deuce. The best drive of the card. And good height. Just hyzered out a little early on him. This beginning of the round, there's a little more wind than the rest of it. So still getting some reads down. And Randall just chunks out of the cage there. Here we got Lisa trying to make up her 3. Or I'm sorry, her 4 after the drop from the Mando. She's just short. And Donut with a good putt there. Yep,
That's
saved his four.
Save, right?
Yeah, that's a great putt from him. And I knew as soon as I threw it, I fluffed it. Was not happy about it. Still hit chains, but it didn't work. Richie there hitting pro side, but it stayed in.
It was pretty similar spot where he hit the last time.
Yeah, it was. Maybe a little less power, but still similar, yeah. So just cleaning up our putts here now. Randall and you cleaned up. So some big scores here because of the Mando. Donut, the only one to save his 4. Lisa and I take 5s. Randall takes 5, and you and Richie with the 3s. Headed into hole 6 now, par 3, 305 feet. This one does not have a Mando, although he probably could include one on that left tree there, maybe to take away a real hyzer forehand.
That'd be a good Mando.
And so we're just attacking this basket on the right side. Pretty much just get it there any way that you feel comfortable with.
Again, this hole plays a lot farther than 305.
Yeah, a lot of these holes, like even the one from earlier, the 289-foot hole, that one plays much, much more than that 289. And I think he needs to recalculate that.
That was a big grunt right there. So
yeah, so you were throwing with power there, yeah, absolutely. There you can see the tee box towards that one with the pond for hole 4. There's Richie. He's ripping one, got through the V. He's out there.
Good
this
throw.
this is looking great.
He crushed that.
And he made it look very, very easy too, so you can just tell how much he's been working on that. And here's me cranking one over, and goodbye. That's going left. You're
still on the edge, though. You should be all right.
Yep, so luckily there's no Mando here, so I should be able to I have a good sight towards the basket. It feels when it says 303 that you want to reach it in one.
Mm-hmm.
And Randall, I think he's trying to do like a flip to flat thing and left it a little too high as he went out left. So he's joining me over there on that side. So he's put himself in the circle, yep.
Top up shot for Lisa.
And that is pretty tough. There's some branches you can see there in the picture that's kind of in her way. And I was not happy with this. I had been, last couple rounds I've been playing, I've been so well doing approaches with my forehand, and that was just so bad. I did not like it. Pretty good bid from Richie. He's been awfully close. He's been putting himself in the right position. Hasn't been able to convert yet, though. Lisa with another step putt. This one just underneath the basket, though. You from just outside 30, also leaving it just a hair short. I'm going to blame the wind on this one.
I'm going to blame bad putting. That was terrible. No medal.
So here I am trying to clean up a pretty difficult 3, and I'm leaving it short.
That was the win, Zach. I agree.
We'll just claim that for now, because there's so much wind right now. You can see it in the trees.
The chains are moving. See that?
Yep. Yeah, I saw the move, right? Thanks, Randall, for showing us the wind. Richie cleaning up his very easy 3. That was a nice hole for him. And you can see this nice little cluster we have around the basket as you clean up your putt.
Or up. Up shot.
Yeah, we're all just cleaning up the putts. Pretty simple here at this point. Randall's taking from the other side. I think that's me right next to him. Yep. So, unfortunate 4 for me. I started off really, really well. You're still sitting at par. You've had 3 for every hole. Got a couple strokes on me now. Headed into hole 7, another par 3. This one's 376. This one has a protective kind of coverage on the right side, so really you think about forehanding attacking this or with a backhand and hyzer shot. But it can get tricky. You can't really flex at this because those 2 trees kind of protect it from being really attacked. But it's still pretty open as long as you get into the opening there. Put your disc into the opening, you have a putt at it if you can throw that distance.
Yeah, really good hole. The fairway, when it's mowed, probably twice as wide as it is there. I've seen people throw backhand rollers there and get up on the green for putts.
Sure. That sounds like a reasonable play here. You have a couple trees like right above our head there, is that if you decide to throw up, you can get yourself into trouble. And this is pretty textbook if you're just looking to take a 3. He hits that tree there, But that's the play. You just throw it a hyzer into that open gap. Give yourself a really long 2-look. Donut trying to get real aggressive here and throw that forehand flick at it and just cranks it over again. And I was trying to turn this disc over and...
Maybe just too much of a hyzer release.
Yeah, something. It is a destroyer, so...
Oh, yeah.
We'll just chalk that up to poor disc selection.
Or wind. It was a wind game.
Yeah, obviously, yep, it's the wind. You can see the trees just blowing, barely. Lisa with a nice shot there, and Randall, and there's those tall branches. He tried to go a little higher with it, got knocked down right away. And a big shout out to Randall too. He works on this course and helps keep it maintained and mows it, and so big shout out to him for making sure that he had this ready for us to record today.
Yeah, I think he caught wind about you going to come record, and he got out there and mowed a couple days and got it prepared a little bit for us.
Yeah, and it's looking great. It was just a fantastic day. Just a bunch of really nice people to go out and have some fun out here at Springbrook. So.
And I think they just signed a lease, so they're going to be opening it up here very
soon. I have. Yep. So they will be opening it up pretty soon, is what I heard as well. And Randall with Richie with a nice putt up there. Lisa missing just a hair short.
That's a little step putt for Lisa, though.
And nice putt from you. Good deuce. That's a tricky putt. But yeah, the lease has been signed. I'm real excited to see what this course... we talked to Randall a little bit because he has influence about how this layout's going to be. And so talking about, almost hit me there. Hi, Randall. And just really excited to see what additions we're going to make to the course. It's already a great and fantastic course, and it just has so much potential. It could bring in some really big players and really big names, I'm certain, if we, with a couple more adjustments, making some of the easier holes maybe a little different.
Yeah, I think with it not having the ball golf, because I don't believe they're having ball golf there, I think that it opens up a lot more possibilities with the layout. So,
sure.
To make really, really exciting holes.
Yeah.
I got goosebumps right now just thinking of a couple holes out there that they could redesign.
Yeah, and here on hole 8, 439 feet, par 3, it's all the way uphill. This is one of the holes they thought about changing a little bit. I like this hole a lot. I hope that if they include the the different chain position, that they leave this one here, because this is a great amateur.
Be a great short short pin placement, and maybe a par 5. Make it down on the other side of this hill.
Yeah.
There's a couple ponds out there. There's a good green area out there. It'd be a great par 5 hole. Yeah,
peninsula green. That's for the regular ball golf, and so if you put a pin right in that, it'd be an incredible hole to play for the upper level players. But for the amateurs, this is a fantastic hole. One of my favorites on the course for sure.
See a par 5 and Simon and Eagle. A lot of other big dogs coming up here and getting eagles off of this hole on this par 5.
Yeah.
A legit par 5.
Yeah, and this would be a legit. You could make it over 1,000 feet. Here I am I have max 400 distance on a good day. And there's my rip, and I'm still well short of this green. As you said, it's just a little over 400. And I crushed that, and it's still very short. So this hill is very, very intimidating. It's very difficult to get up and over it.
Not a breeze today, but there's usually a head one here, which is even more difficult.
Sure. There's a good pull from Randall, though. Getting up the hill.
Up and turn it over a little bit and fading back.
Yeah, right around where we're at. So here's Lisa. You can see the basket in between those 2 pine trees on the right side. She gets it up most of the way there. She's still got a bit of a ways to go. Here's Richie. And he is on the right side of that far right pine tree. He's going to have an obstructed look for his next shot. Here's Donut doing donut things. And he gets a cut roll. He's going to be probably at the edge of the circle, but still have a putt at it. He's in the open space.
Throwing that pyro. I just got my 121st ace with.
Nice. Oh, wait, how many aces?
121.
Oh, my gosh. I hate you so much right now. Zach has 0. Can I borrow an ace?
Back. It'll come. Just keep getting out, man.
Can I borrow a couple? I should just go play Knollwood a couple, like,
Yeah,
1,000 times, right? Just ace one.
You play Knollwood every day for a week. I guarantee you'll have an ace.
All right. Challenge accepted. I'm gonna.
If not, you can have one of my aces.
Okay. Okay. Challenge accepted. I'll go out for a week, record myself.
There you go.
And steal an ace when I don't get it.
First ace, and it'll be yours. Oh.
Lisa pitching up there, just a touch short. I don't. So behind it, it looks like it's a path. It's actually just where he mowed. There's like no OB that I know of on this hole anywhere, right?
Yeah, no OB here. You find OB, you need to just give up your discs.
Because you're throwing to the wrong place. So here's Richie from around the tree. He could not see. You can kind of see where he was in the background. He had no idea where the basket was. Took a guess, took a stab at it, and almost put it in. It was fantastic. You making a nice little from the knee putt there. We got some easy putts we're cleaning up here. So yeah, that second shot for myself actually, so you noted earlier about not throwing a putter for your second. So I threw destroyer. Those were my two throws to get up to the hole. And I thought my first rip was phenomenal. So that hole plays like a ton of distance.
Like you said, like 300.
Yeah. Hole 9 now, par 3, 342 feet. This one, it favors much more of a forehand player here. You have this, again, basket well protected. Lots of trees around it. Not a forehand player, but you can still throw an Anheuser shot towards it.
Again, like hole 7, I see a lot of players still backhand rollers here. Get up around the green for a putt.
Man, I should
Shout
be able to throw
Mike
a roller.
Liefeld, Jared Dow. Both you guys have thrown probably two of the best shots I've ever seen in this hole.
I should learn how to throw a roller then, huh?
Oh, man.
So there's your first show. Hit a tree early. I see the lights. I can get a stroke back from you. That was my motivation today. It's like, I wanted to shoot par. That's to be honest. And this is looking fine. It's getting sneaking through. And then the other thing I want to do is like get revenge because you beat me twice. You and DJ are the only two people who have beaten me on camera so far. Not to say I haven't lost. You can go look at my PDGA number for all that stuff, how often I lose. But on camera so far, it's only you two. So up to this point. So right now you're in prime position to do so. And he's cranked this one over again with Donut. He's just got so much strength. It's just... And I'm glad he has the discs he has now because it gives him a little variety. A little more variety than he had in the past. And here's Randall trying to take that right side gap he was talking about beforehand and get stuck in those early trees.
Hopefully Donut's got a little bit more stable of a disc now than that one he keeps turning over.
Yeah, and that's an old pre-flight Stamp Destroyer.
Yeah.
So it's really old. It's very flippy. But he throws it a mile when he throws it right. Here's your upshot. Ooh, pretty good bid there. Put yourself just outside, right around circle's edge.
Took a crazy skip uphill.
I'll take any breaks I can get. That's all I'm going to say about that. There's Donut there throwing a forehand towards it. Gets caught in a couple trees, but he should be able to go up and down from there at the worst. And Randall maybe with a grip lock?
Yeah, it looked like that one got away from him a little bit.
Kind of scratching his head like, what just happened there? Lisa with a very nice smart choice. Puts it right in the middle of that gap. She should have a putt for her save there. Here's Richie. Good layup from him. I thought his shot looked better than mine off the tee.
I thought it was closer also.
Yeah, we were wondering about that when we stood
Zach
up.
trying to go through the trees.
Yep, and it doesn't work. Spoiler alert. It doesn't work, guys, so don't try it ever again. You've seen it here first. Probably not. Keeps it just a little bit low. Stay on the hill. Yep.
Looked like it was right on line. Just like a little bit low.
Yep.
Right,
you said with a good putt. So here you are with your 3 save.
Or not.
Oh, and you air it right. So you just want to give me the stroke, must be?
It was definitely not where I was aiming at.
Well, can we just say that you were nice and trying to give me the stroke then? I wanted to.
It's your birthday, Zach.
It's not, but we'll say it is. That's fine. And I moved the camera real quick. Thought I was in frame. Walked over to putt real quick. Donut thankfully jumped over and was like, "Hey, I'll move it for you." And in the end, I said, "Nah, we're just gonna put the scores over it instead." So here for the front nine scores, we have you with the 27. So you shot even to start outside the 1-4 of the last hole there. 1 birdie, 1 bogey. I had the 29, Richard with the 31, Donut with the 33, Randall with 37, and Lisa with 39. Really, Richie, you and myself are pretty close there in the front there of the card. Just 4 strokes separate you and Richie, and I'm right in the middle.
Yeah, I gotta clean up that 9th hole when I'm playing on camera with you guys.
You gotta look good the whole round, right? And this is some gorgeous look at one of the brooks they have on the course. It's just a phenomenal looking course. Headed into hole 10 now, 417 feet, par 3. This one is also kind of a hyzer to the left line, so you want to get it through this gap, comes down this hill, and then you have the basket here having one big tree protecting it. But pretty standard idea. You want to get it down the middle straight as long as possible, have it fade left at the very end.
Again, this is another hole that's got a lot of headwind usually.
Yeah, definitely could see that. Like a toboggan course kind of thing. You have a channel that's kind of coming right up. And I liked my rip, but it came out just a touch early. I've been trying to figure out why that particular disc has been doing that with me, but
I think you stayed clear of the rough down there on the left. Is that right?
Yep, I got past the rough, but I'm stuck behind a couple trees there. Richie with a really low rip there. You can see he wanted that to be higher, maybe a little more aggressive towards the basket. Lisa turning one over. You can see her calling for it to come back. And doesn't get the cut roll because of the hill.
Let's see this technique here.
All right. Normally forehand. Backhand. A little low.
Yank it. Looks like I rounded it a little bit. We'll work on that.
All right. You don't need to work on it. You can already beat me by a lot. It's all good. We don't need you to get better. You're already at 975. I'm not even 900 yet. And here's Randall. He kind of like lost his footing almost there, maybe to the ground, like just twisted his foot. But he's missed all the trees. He's down there by him, down there, so he'll have a look for the approach. Here's Lisa.
Line shot.
Yep.
That looked good. Maybe this is a little bit short.
Can't really see it. There's a little red rim.
Whoa.
He put that way high. Short as well, just of that tree.
Yeah, that's not a good up.
It can be a difficult shot from here. So here's Richie, kind of showing what you want to do.
Exactly.
Missing those branches, getting underneath, giving yourself a good look for 3.
I think I was trying to go around those branches and I didn't quite make it.
Yep, not enough oomph.
Yeah.
There's Randall with a good up. So like I said, if you get that down there long enough, you get an open look for your approach. And there's you hiding from Donut, from his next approach shot, which is probably a wise decision. I felt it was very interesting watching Donut and making, editing through this video. Just like it felt like Donut, like multiple times this round, and you'll see it as we keep going through the video, just like gets these weird lies where he has to take like a weird knee or like a weird like angle around something, and it's just like, holy smokes, dude, how much unlucky can you get?
It's a golf course, Donut. Come on.
It's supposed to be open.
But if you get off the fairway, you'll end in some of these trees, then that's what you're going to have to do. Just pitch out.
Good putt from you. Good save. Left yourself outside of 30 feet, but you're able to knock it down. Your step putting is just really, really solid.
Thank you.
I don't step putt. Maybe I should start step putting.
That's so simple. Just use your momentum.
Same putting style?
Yeah, same putting style.
You just happen to step forward at the end.
You just push a little bit more with your back foot.
Yep.
And just follow through.
Almost looks like we're playing a skins match with us leaving the discs in the basket there, and Donut, hitting off the cage there, and yeah, I think it's kind of difficult. You hear people all say, "It's the putter's fault." I honestly feel like I've said this before in the round already. Like he's looking for a new putter and all that stuff, but it's he really needs a new putter. And once he gets it, he's going to be very, very good again. And he's going to be beating me, and I'm going to be sad. So don't buy a new putter, please. Hole 11, par 3, 333 feet. Pretty standard hyzer line. You want to put it out into the space and let it crash towards this basket. Don't go short.
And don't go long. You don't have a putt.
Yep.
You go 350 and you're not putting.
Yep.
You're throwing through a mess of trees.
Yeah, and so this hole seems very simple, right? But if you get real aggressive trying to go for that 2, you can put yourself in a lot of trouble thinking that you're going to save the 3 and end up with a 4 or something. So I didn't want to mess with it. I was like, I'm just going to put this out way right, let it just be in that zone, maybe give myself a putt for 2, but make it an easy 3 at the worst. Randall getting a little aggressive here inside there, and he's going to be short. You can see him in front of all those trees there. He's going to have an interesting look. You're also going out wide. A little more aggressive than I am, a little bit better. And you will be right at the base of that hill, hopefully with a good solid look towards the basket there for your deuce.
Yeah, I'm happy with that shot.
This is looking... That was looking really nice. He's going to be just a touch short, though.
Randall over there joining Richie.
That's the second drive that Lisa's kind of yanked over to the right now. She's been going to the gym a lot, must be. She's getting strong.
Been eating good. Richie's feeding her right.
You got Donut there. And he's also short. He kind of skied that one, too. But this is the kind of shots he enjoys. He likes to throw these kind of like weird, janky shots. You can see him hit a tree there, kind of throws his disc off its flight pattern, so he's going to be out wide. But he was kind of excited to take that shot when we were playing the round. He's like, ooh, I get to try this. She should be just in front of that miss, I think. I don't think she's in the... Not so, but you can see here Richie's just like caught up in a ton of stuff. Gives it enough to push it out of it, but he'll still have a tester for his 3.
I think if Richie was just taller right there, he could have got out a little bit cleaner.
Yep, and even Randall there, just leaving it short, also giving himself kind of a tester. You see there 2 discs off on the left. So Donut throwing high.
You can see that floaty putter just float.
Yeah, it just fluts right out of his hand too. It's just so light. And there I am.
Ooh, just short.
Yeah, it's the name of the game for me though.
Was you aiming high? Higher than the basket? At least the whole basket higher than?
I probably wasn't aiming a whole basket above, although I should have been.
If you're that low, if you're below the basket that low.
Oh my gosh, and Richie with a second spit out from pro side.
Let's see if I aim high enough.
Nope. No, just a touch low for you. You just not want to take an extensive lead on me. I appreciate that, KB. You just don't want to beat me by a ton right now, huh?
I really feel like that's a gimme.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's Donut finishing up his putt. Getting himself low.
Randall with his 4.
He really, I noticed recently when I'm playing with him, he really likes to make sure that he sets himself level to the basket. So he likes to, so he's putting right at it rather than up or down to it. So he likes to make that adjustment. Headed into hole 12, so we're going to go actually over the basket we just shot into in hole 11 to the basket for hole 12. It's a par 3, 243 feet. This is one of the kind of ace race holes, right? You're really trying to attack it, trying to maybe take an ace at it since you got a backdrop right behind it that you're not going to go too far.
Exactly. This is one of the holes. Not very many holes out here that you got an ace run at, but this is one that you'd like to at least get at.
Yeah. And so, like, these are one of the holes we'd have to change when we were talking about, like, some adjustments. This would be one of them because it kind of flows over another basket. And as you see me, this is what you don't want to do. It's the right disc choice, but you know, thrown like an AM3 player. And you're sitting around circle's edge there. Probably not as close as you would have liked.
Just got that a little bit too high.
Sure, and you can see the wind kind of picking up again.
Yeah, there's usually a right to left here on this hole.
Yep, coming up that valley, that hole we just played.
Yep.
Here's Randall, and he was telling us about throwing it low. He's going to be up towards the basket. He's hiding his shot. Here's Lisa, and this is looking nice. Nice hyzer line. Nice little skip towards the basket.
Beautiful shot.
Yep, that's exactly what you want to do.
CTP in the group there.
And Donut trying to take that real overstable disc, maybe try to float it down. Didn't throw it quite hard enough. And
stepper.
Yep. Donut kind of fluts one off to the right there. I know he doesn't like putting with that wizard a lot. He doesn't like beaded putters, but from that distance, he knew he needed to try it. And Randall kisses off the chains for his 2. So here you are with your 2 attempt. Just off the front of it. Second one, you've left just short, right?
Just a little short, yep.
We're going to blame the elevation on that one. So with a good save there. Good deuce. And Donut hitting it right off the cage level there. But he's got a big old smile on his face. And you having some fun throwing a couple discs. I'm going to call a stroke penalty right now for that.
Oh, man. That's
Just kidding. And so I took a run at this. Kind of a half run. Was like, just keep it close if it goes in. And then...
Oh, what was that?
I don't know. We talked about that too. I was like, it was in the basket, then it wasn't. Like, it was lower than the top of the cage, but then it wasn't. So, not sure what happened there, but I'm going to lose a stroke to you there. Headed into hole 13 now. Another par 3, 374 feet. Another hyzer hole here, so you're coming out past this 2 kind of hills here, getting out into the open, and then on the left side, again, you have a couple of trees here guarding it. There is, however, a forehand line I think we were talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if you recorded it, but there is a forehand that goes out and around the trees. It's a little gap up left. I don't know if you'll be able to see here. Yeah, that gap right there. To the left of that pine tree right there. You can
Sure.
throw a huge forehand and pick it up by the green.
So Lisa's sitting on top of the hill. She'll be throwing down the hill towards the basket from there. Are you looking to take that gap on the left? Or are you taking the other one? Oh, you do not like that.
Yeah, my first throw there, I was going to try to throw an anhyzer with that relativity, and I had a bad angle on it.
Just left it too far right. Richie taking the coat off. Starting to warm up here. Looking to make a move. And that's a good looking shot.
Richie's sporting that Nico LaCastro Fly Life gear.
Randall cranks this one out to the right. You see him calling for it to come back to the left, and it does so nicely. He'll be out in the open. Should have an easy up and down for 3, maybe a long shot for 2. And here's a destroyer for me.
You crushed it.
Not acting like a destroyer for very long in that flight. You need to turn into a destroyer earlier. And this is Donut getting aggressive. A little too tight on the line there, but he'll be down the hill as well. Should be an open gap enough for him to maybe take a forehand towards this. This is looking good. Yeah, nice shot.
Great shot.
That was a little difficult. Up and over the hill, then down the hill.
Skip up there.
Yeah, Donut does a nice skip shot. Those are a couple great approach shots from Donut and Lisa there. Here you are. Ding it with a nice upshot. Darn it. I mean, nice shot, nice shot. Here's Randall. He gets stuck in that early tree.
Is that your driveway out there?
Yeah, I'm pin high, but I'm wide right.
You're like 440, 430 out there.
Downhill. We'll call it downhill. Because I can't throw a 440. I got to have help.
You better move up soon. You're throwing 400 feet.
No, we don't have to tell people that. Zach is absolutely an MA3 player. Don't let him tease you.
Good 3 for Rich.
Yeah, good 3 from Richie. Indeed. Donut looking to clean up his. So everyone's pretty well parked. I'm still over there, by the way. I was recording everyone before I took my putt. I was like, let's get this. So there I am. I finally was like, all right, I'll go out and putt mine.
Zach trying to...
Just leave it out wide, right?
You felt bad earlier for big putting me. You didn't want to do it again.
I didn't. I did not want to big putt you anymore. You know, I thought you gave me a shot earlier, then I gave it back, and I was like, okay, we can just play up to our number now. And so, you're starting off very similar to like you did in the previous round. You're par all the way through. I only got 1 bogey here. Hole 14 now, par 3, 301 feet. This feels like a must-get hole on this course. You have these trees in the smack dab middle. You can go right or left of them, your choice, whatever your preference is. But this really feels like a must-get hole if you were playing this for a tournament.
Exactly. No matter how you're shooting, if you're shooting really well, you just want to get this another birdie. If you're shooting terrible, you come up to the 14th hole, you're just like, oh, please, can I get a birdie finally?
Yeah.
So you just really want to get this one. It's not too far away.
And there's some branches on the right side you might need to worry about when the foliage comes back. So if you take like a big hyzer line, you might need to worry about it. But realistically, as long as you keep it low enough, it's a pretty straightforward shot there. And so you're going forehand on the left side. Leave it not just a touch wide.
Yeah, just a little bit too wide.
Here's Richie.
I thought that was up there when I...
Yeah, and we had some weird wind here. You can't really see it in the leaves. I don't think it represents it very well, but we kind of had some weird gusts going on. You can kind of see my destroyer here kind of like take some weird bounces there. It cuts through those branches I was just talking about the big hyzer play, but got through it. And Donut was trying to take the same line. You can see his disc just gets picked up and pushed hard to the left. So he's going to be short as well. Here's Randall hoping his disc gets pushed a little bit, and he's telling it, like, you did it to Donut. Do it for mine now. There you go. Get over there. So Donut was short. He gets to do his favorite little flick thing that nobody understands and how it works, but he does it so well. And he was telling everyone in that one, like, that wind definitely pushed it.
Yeah, it did. Oh,
it's a great bid. Wow. Almost put in a really impressive putt.
From the tee box, we thought that he was on the green. I thought for sure he was by the basket.
Yeah, I thought he was too. And he got an ugly roll away there. I think that's a Luna he's putting with.
I'm not sure.
Might not be a Luna. Here you are. This is a pretty good two bid. And you kept it low again. We're going to blame the wind. We can blame anything we want.
Or bad putting again.
Okay. But Randall with a great cleanup. That was probably the same distance from his previous putt. So good adjustment there, changing his discs. And there you can see that beginner putter coming to bite Donut in the butt there, because as soon as he threw it, the wind just picked it straight up.
Yes, it did.
So hopefully he doesn't knock it down here. Nope. Good flick. And there's my deuce. I was parked. I was super happy. I got a stroke on you. I was like, yes, let's go. We're tied for this back nine. Just partial pride here, right? Hole 15, par 3, 285 feet. You want to throw a forehand here, and you don't want to go inside, ever. That's all a disaster. Like, it takes a minimum of a stroke to get out of it, even if you're by the hole. It's ugly. Stay out of it.
Yeah, if you throw it in there, you're not gonna. More than likely, you're not gonna get out up to the green. So you're usually gonna take a bogey on this hole. So another hole that you really wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely. It's short enough downhill that you feel like you should get a 2, but I feel like with this woods the whole way down, it's a difficult 2 to have. I was getting real aggressive. I knew that I had lost several strokes to you. I was behind by quite a bit. I was like, I need to attack this. Try to get close to the basket. And did I just out forehand you?
Yes, you did.
What?
I think I ended up pin high, but it's really
just
not
outside.
A putt. Yeah, it's really not a putt out there. You'll see the green here in a sec.
Yeah, the green is ugly as you putt over one way and the hill kind of like slopes away from it in all directions. So it's like if you go over it, you're the same distance. Right on the other side. And so you can leave yourself, 3-putting or 4-putting if you are just trying to be aggressive the whole time and never hit cage. Donut just threw it a little too low into the ground. He gets like I said, his luck is awful. He just cut rolled straight into the nonsense. And this is looking really nice. That's attacking the basket really well.
That was a beautiful turnover.
Probably the best shot we've seen on the card today. Here's Donut, and he had like I said, stay out of it. He was barely in it, and he had no shot. He just chucked it out in the fairway.
Again, Donut on the knee. Oh,
and he talked to me about this. He's like, should I do it? And I'm like, yeah. absolutely throw it in, do it your way, and he did and went aggressive, but you'll have a pretty big back putt.
Yeah, these are not putts over here.
Yeah, these are layups.
If you're putting from over here, you are dialed in or you're crazy.
Sure. I'm both. Except I'm not dialed in.
That was a good attempt, though.
Yeah,
Nice.
Richie
Get
with
up in the air elevator putt.
Here's Donut. So he left himself wide. He's going for these putts. He's just here to have fun. Didn't get to play at Begg Park earlier in the day, so he's just having a blast on this course. And again, we were playing at blind, so we're just enjoying the moment. Here I am for my deuce. My deuce.
There you go. New word, deuce, y'all.
Boo. You can't catch up strokes on someone if you can't putt.
Been watching me putt.
Well, I'm trying to get better at my putting. I saw you, and you're a good putter, and so I tried, and then it didn't work. I only aimed a quarter of a basket above the basket, not a full basket above the basket. That was my problem. And Donut hits off the cage. Just really, so there's a perfect example about what happens if you get real aggressive and just try to putt it in a bunch of times. So here we are for hole 15 scores. Donut with a 6, which is really unlucky, but everyone else cleaned up their 3s, and Lisa with her 4. As we head into the only par 4 of the course, hole 16, 542 feet. It's very long. It's pretty narrow at the beginning of it, but you have to, by God, stay out of the left side. At least stay out of the left side. The right side's not good either, but the left side is awful. Drop off. It drops, 80 feet down?
Yeah, if you got a choice, you'd rather be in the right, but you don't want to be in either one.
Yeah, just put something...
You go on the left, you're definitely going to be thrown back uphill.
Yeah, just put it in the fairway. Just don't even risk it, unless you're me and you're feeling like you're behind in strokes and you have to go for it. Then you go for it. I feel like this is actually probably a good roller hole.
Yeah, I've seen a couple people throw rollers, but still, it's 550 feet, 546, I think. So.
And I got a really early release, but I stay inbound. Not inbounds, but on the ridge there. So I'm still on top of the hill. There's a pretty cut and dry look for you. And for a forehand player, this is a dream, right? You just do forehand into the middle, forehand up to the basket. Yeah. 2 safe shots. Or if you're a lefty, I guess.
Seems like it'd be 2 easy shots, right?
It should be. So Richie throwing it out there. Randall just popped that straight up in the air. You can see it flying down that valley. He's not happy with that. The wind grabbed it even worse than the way it was fluffed. And Lisa puts hers out in the fairway. She's having no business with that ledge. Donut trying to get aggressive with that driver again. There's a pretty good rip, just low.
Yeah, it's a good spot, though.
And he's safe. Yeah, you can see his reaction there. He's like, it's not where I want it. And Randall was like, no, I'm not going after that disc. I'm just going to retee.
She's gone.
Yeah, he was like, I'm not going to go chase that. I'm just going to go throw this again. And I actually, as a practice, I tried to throw a roller, and I ended up worse than my drive and farther left.
Which is why we didn't see it.
We didn't need to see that. No. I was just curious about what a roller, and I'm not very good at rollers, and so a good practice hole to try it. Yeah. Lisa with the throw up, and now Randall, he gets his a little to the right side. He leaves himself short. But this definitely feels like distance-wise, even though there's no hill, I think this is a par 4. This is a difficult 3. It takes a pretty precise...
Yeah, I think this is a second par 4. But
sure.
Well, hole 8's not an official par 4, but
yeah,
I
the
feel
uphill.
like it's definitely a par 4.
Yeah, it's near impossible to get there in one. So here's a forehand from you, and I think you've gone long here. You've gone past the basket.
Maybe it's short.
Could be.
I think it's short. I think I'm short.
We're going to see. And so I knew that I couldn't lose another stroke to you on this, so I knew how to get very aggressive. Just took a big ante line.
That's a beautiful line.
Yeah, that was my best shot of the round there.
You picked a great time to do it there, Zach.
Yeah. And this is a par 4, so I definitely wanted to, just personally, when I play courses, I just played at the Tower Open as well, and there's a couple, 2 or 3 par 4s on that course, and every time I played them, I was like, I want to get a 3 on it. Not because I want a birdie, but I want it because it feels good for someone to look at you in the face and be like, it takes 4 strokes for you to get this hole, and I'm like, well, I can do it in 3. Cool. And I didn't do it in the Tower Open at all. I did a little bit, I guess. I think out of the 6 par 4s that we played over 2 rounds, I think I hit 3 of them with 3s, so I did okay.
50% on your par 4s, then.
Oh my, there's a nice putt.
That's a huge putt.
That's a little farther.
Putt of the day for Lisa. For everyone, really.
Yeah, so you were just a hair short and kissed it off the top of the cage.
Nice putt, don't it?
Good adjustment for me. And so here, this is to catch up a stroke on you. And I was, yep. I'm saying that's a 3.
That's a good 3.
Randall cleaning up his. Richie's right next to the basket. So looking at this, technically a birdie from me is a 3, but I like to play Michigan par. 4 from you. You've had a very consistent back 9 here as you have been par all the way across. As we head into hole 17, as we end here on the course, again, we're going to come over the previous basket for 193 feet shot here. This is another ace race hole, but we make it more difficult by making it kind of like an island, more like a peninsula, I guess, where the short is OB, left of the bush and short is OB, far right is OB. So you want to be on like this hill, like 10 feet short of the hill, and on it is safe. Everything short of it is OB. And again, I picked this right disc. No, I didn't put it on the right line. Gave myself a 30-foot putt.
That's a good putt. Pin high. Nice and level. Better than putting up, right?
Yeah.
You and I both have been not putting very well up to the
And you've gone long here. You've gone into the woods on the backside, which is kind of a bad place to be.
Yeah, it's not a good putt. Not a good place to putt.
And this is tracking really well. Oh, almost got our first ace on the card with that one. Lisa throwing hers, and the wind just grabbed that, pushed it out left. And so, like, in that position, that's an OB.
That would be OB.
Yep,
correct.
And so the drop for this is actually on the far right of that hill.
This one looking good.
So here's Randall. He's going to be short,
short,
but he's right on the edge of the hill, so that's a safe spot. So you can kind of see where that green patch ends short, as Donut throws his short as well. He's OB. So that green patch right behind him, you kind of see that little dark green circle, probably 10 feet behind it. That's the safe spot, I think, the way he was describing it. So the drop zone's over here, putting towards the woods.
Basically where that hill meets the flat ground all the way around.
Yeah. And this is kind of be of a scary putt, too, because if you have a really, like, hyzery type of putt and you go over the basket at all, you probably skip back down to the OB.
Yeah, that could be scary.
So there you were. From the woods.
I had a stack of 1,000 paper plates to putt through.
Yeah, that was... So here's Richie with the ace run. And this is an ace runnable hole for sure. And hits off the front cage.
Again.
And proceeds to roll down the hill.
OB.
And so we asked Randall, because he was telling us about how the course plays. And so if you go OB here, rather than going to the drop zone, because it's not off his drive, he just goes in the last place it was in. So it plays just off the tee as a peninsula, and then as a traditional OB, everything after that. So he cleans up his putt. You see another disc in the background. We actually, after we threw our first shots, we had a bunch of fun, and we're throwing a bunch of other ones, trying to get an ace. And Richie almost put in another ace.
Trying to get a fun asterisk ace, not one to keep track of.
I went short again. I needed that to catch up a stroke on you, try to get, try to tie it up with you, as you've had par on everything. As we head into hole 18, another par 3, 240 feet. You have to come into this opening here between the gap, over this little brook, gorgeous brook. You hear the water running. It's a nice little scenic hole. And then you attack this basket. The sidewalk, I think he plays as OB. Is like a river OB, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And then, but as long as you get over it, you really can attack this hole. This is absolutely one you kind of chuck at and let it be a race for the ace.
Yeah, you got that backdrop to catch your disc, so
I was going right at this. I'm just a hair short, but I'm like parked underneath the basket now. So it wasn't a fantastic shot, but it'll work.
Trying to get the first pyro ace. Is it going?
You went long.
Way long.
And you left yourself long, and I think I'm only down by a stroke, so I was like, uh-oh. Like, if he misses this, we have to do a playoff. Like, I can tie it with KB. Like, oh, yeah, let's do this. Hole 1's my hole, man. I can putt from 80 feet out.
We were going to do an 18-hole playoff if that was going to happen.
Oh boy, I don't know if the third round would have been a good fit for me. So here's Richie, and he almost goes for another ace. He hits the bottom of the cage off the skip.
Picking locks there, Richie.
And we have Lisa. She goes short of the road, but in fair. So she's past the river, but just short of the path there. So she will be safe.
Not a very good place you want to be in.
Yeah, it makes it difficult. And Donut here. Good shot from him, just a little far. Almost an ace as well. So you can see all our discs around the basket there. And she kicks it off the front of the cage. Nearly saves the deuce.
That was an amazing putt.
She must have used all her good putt
2
juju.
out of 3 holes.
Yeah.
Like that one, too.
Because 16 was a gorgeous putt. So here you are to putt for the win. Dang it. Yeah, and you're smiling there because I said something to you. I was like, dang it. I was like, you had to make it, huh? Just doing my best to make it competitive. Trying to push you. Yeah, I had a rough putting day for it to work out that way, though. So cleaning up my deuce. Almost had a full deuce out. Lisa just kissing off front change. Almost had a star frame there. But it was a fun round. Absolutely fantastic play this. Looking at the back 9 scores. Kevin, you had this 27. I had the 26. Richard with the 29. Donut with the 36. Randall with the 31. And Lisa with the 31. And Randall and Lisa did a nice job turning their scores around from the front 9. Getting some good shots there and getting some good scores in the back. As we look at our final scores here, you had the under 154. Randall with the 68. Lisa with the 70. Richard with the 60. I had the even 55 by 1 stroke. And then Donut with the 69. So, gorgeous course here. I enjoyed recording it. I enjoyed being there. It was very fun to play there. I look forward to going back to Battle Creek and playing Beg and this course maybe as a back-to-back day. Our course is just to play for fun, go out with a couple friends.
Or maybe even come over and go to the VA.
Oh, absolutely. We look actually forward to moving in that direction. That course is looking to potentially get recorded in the near future, so looking forward to feature that card and that course as well.
Yeah, Travis Gambia will be joining you, I believe. And
yeah.
He's a course designer out there. He did a really good job out there. Long and shorts out there, so you guys will have a great day.
Yeah, there's some great courses out in this area, and I'm really excited that we get to record them and kind of show people what they have to offer out there. So thanks, KB, for joining me on this edition of Crew 42.
Hey, Zach, thank you always. I love to help you guys out. And anytime you need someone to go throw with, just give me a holler. I'm always down.
Well, I've lost you enough. No, I'm kidding. Of course, I'll invite you again. So thanks again for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe the videos for future videos. And don't forget to like our Facebook page as well so that you can see the opportunities when you can come join us and play on a casual round. We also have started to feature out tournaments. We've already covered the Kalamazoo Open for the amateur division. Go ahead and check out those videos now. We have all 6 episodes up for those 3 rounds of play, A-tier tournament. And we will be covering the open players, the pro players coming up in a future series of episodes for the Kalamazoo Open, so keep your eyes open for that. Thanks again for watching. This has been Crew 42, and we are out.